The second website I found was called Starfall. My audience for this website is the students. I chose this website because it makes learning fun for the students. It uses reading and math skills. And there's also a part where there's digital books on this website for students to read or get read to. So it has a lot of good games and books and online tools for students to use that aren't just busy work. So the standards I chose were ISTES 5C, that students break problems into component parts, extract key information, and develop descriptive models to understand complex systems or facilitate problem solving. Some of the games, they have to problem solve on there and decide maybe what sound something is, or something in math they have to problem solve, so it's a really good one for that. Also ISTES 2B, that students engage in positive, safe, legal, and ethical behavior when using technology, including social interactions online or when using networked devices. Also TK1 is the same. Candidates model and teach safe, legal, and ethical use of digital information and technology. I think we have to teach our students how important it is to just be safe when using these websites, and so those both fit really well. I'm going to now click on the website. This is what the Starfall website will look like when you log on. And there's ABCs, learn to read, it's fun to read, I'm reading, and this is all the reading side. And then over here is the math side. So there's different things. So I'll click on some just so you can see what this website's all about. So if I click on ABCs, this comes up with different blocks. And so if I click on A, it's a very basic program, and it shows you different, like the sounds, different things that make that sound. So this would be good for your learners that are just learning the alphabet, or if you have some struggling students that don't know the sounds yet, this is a really good tool for them to use. The next one's learn to read. And so this one you can pick a book. So if you start with the first one, it's called Zach the Rat. So as you can see, when you click on the words, it either sounds them out for you or reads them to you. Or if you have a student that already knows how to read, they can already read it themselves and keep going. So if you click on the ear, it'll read it to you. So I'll show you that. If the students didn't need help, they could read it, Zach is a rat, and then they could keep going. And so again, you could say either Zach sat on a can, or you can have the listen to it. So students love it because it has fun little illustrations that go with it, and they can either read it on their own or get read to, or if they're stuck on a word, they can always get help. So that is that one. If you go back to the arrows, it's fun to read. It has a bunch of things that they can do. So like all about me, who am I, go through. So then they pick. So I am a girl. They get to make their own little book. I am blank years old. So most of my kids are 5, so they would say I am 5 years old. And my kids love doing this because then they can make their own person. So they still have to be looking at the word. So my hair is like this. It's fun because a lot of my students like to challenge themselves and not use the ear and see how many words they can read without it. And they can use their context clues to help them out. That one. The last one on the side is I'm reading. And this one has a bunch of different things. So if they wanted to do the 3 little plays, there's different books they can read here. That's for more of your advanced readers that like to get challenged. So that's the reading side. Over here is the math side. So if I click on mathematics 1, 2, 3, get started at 1. So um, just like with the ABCs, this is more basic because it's just going through the numbers. So this would be for your students that might be struggling with numbers. So it goes all the way to 100. So you might want to use this if they're struggling recognizing numbers or the one-to-one. It'd be a good tool for them to use. There's also math songs they can use, and you can unlock more songs after you finish the game. So like this one is the 5 Little Bears. So that kind of gives you a sample of what the songs are like. My kids really like the songs. Also, there's different mathing. There's also coloring they can do, or phonics cards. There's addition, subtraction. For the older kids, there's multiplication and division. So there's a lot of good resources on here to use. This one is a little more tricky because there is so many other things. So during reading time, you might have to tell your students you can only be on these 4 things. Or during math time, you can tell them they can be on these 6 things. That way it's a little more organized and they're not doing math games while it's reading time. But yep, there's the Starfall.